Canada in Atlantic City, October 8th and 9th. The Super Bowl of Natural Bodybuilding is the world's most iconic bodybuilding competition. Competitors from 41 different states will compete for the title of Mr. and Ms. America. This year, more than 1,000 athletes competing in over 20 sports and events. The one and only Mr. America All-American Sports Festival, October 8th and 9th at Tropicana in Atlantic City. Get tickets now at MrAmerica.com.
We know sports.
10-foot touchdown!
97.3 ESPN, WENJ, WENJ, HD, Millville, Atlantic City. A Town Square media station.
The following program is paid for, and the opinions expressed are not those of Town Square Media or station advertisers.
Welcome to the locker room.
Vince Papali, welcome to the locker room.
I can smell it already, Billy. What's happening, buddy?
Von Hayes, welcome to the locker room with Billy Schwein.
Yeah, hey, Billy, how you doing out there?
Rich Gannon, welcome to the locker room, Rich.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be with you.
Great Bob McElwee, NFL referee.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to the locker room.
All right, thanks, Billy.
We have the real Pat Croce in the locker room.
Get me off the bench, Coach.
And now here's your host, Billy Schwein.
So, Andre Palante will have the chore of keeping us to a 2-1 game for the Birds. One out for the Phils with these bases loaded.
Punched out and past the diving Edman into right field. 1 run scores. 2-run score. And the Phillies have come all the way back.
All right, welcome into the locker room with Billy Schwein, Pete Thompson, and Mike Carlin right here on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN mobile app, broadcasting live from the Toms River Auto Group studio here in Northfield. Big win for the Phillies, Carlin and Thompson.
Woo! Big win. You don't get bigger. Hey, we've waited a long time for this.
Carlin, yesterday, the PT and I were texting throughout the whole game.
Oh, jeez.
And it was like the game was like, you know, it kind of built like old-fashioned, old-style Pete pitching duel. Yeah. Which for a baseball purist is great baseball. You're sitting on the edge of your seat. Pete and I are going back and forth. Well, that was awesome, man. I really enjoyed that with you.
I know you're a daily news guy. I enjoyed going back and forth with you as well. I thought that David Murphy, the columnist originally for the Daily News, now basically the whole group,
right? His
lead is outstanding. He writes this: playoff baseball is like watching a loved one defuse a bomb. It is not something that you enjoy. It is something you endure.
Right. I would have to agree with that because Carlin, you're sitting on the edge of your seat. You're hanging on every pitch.
Every pitch.
Every pitch.
Yeah. I just enjoyed it. And yeah, my wife's not a big baseball fan.
Right.
But when the momentum started to rolling with first guy on base, second guy on base, I was like, hey, we got a chance here. All we need is a hit. And all I kept thinking is tidy game. Just tidy game, get to the next inning. And then when it just exploded with one run after another run, it was exciting. And I looked at it, I said, we haven't had this feeling in a long time.
It was
11 years.
Yeah. 11 years to the day yesterday.
This is what postseason's all about right now.
One pitch, one swing, one sickening crack at a bat. I mean, look, when they had Alvarado in, I even tweeted this out. I thought he was like an inch away on the box there, the graphic of getting a called strike 3. Instead, he walks the guy. Ooh. And then this Juan Yepez, who the heck is this, right?
Right.
Golfs one out that, is it fair, is it foul, and it goes out, and there's a 2-run home run.
Very dramatic.
And you're just thinking, I can't believe that Alvarado gave up a 2-run bomb. But like Mike is saying, JT Realmuto singles, Harper, Castellanos. I thought, look, I'm the first guy to hate on Nick Castellanos. But the best thing he did in that at-bat was not get himself out. Yep. The best thing Bryce Harper did was not get himself out. And the guy lost the plate.
And I'm glad you brought up Nick Castellanos because this is a great day. I don't want to be negative. But does he look like he's enthusiastic? Does he look like he's into it?
Not really,
sir.
He's
really. Got this smug look on his face. Like he just chews his gum. And he just
he just goes about business.
You know who looked like he was into it? Alec Boehm, when he took a 100-mile-an-hour fastball and just ate it.
By the way, Pete, I'm sure I wasn't the only person. You were on Twitter. You were going back. I'm sure I was in a text message like back and forth with one Craig Berube, the head coach of the St. Louis Blues.
Was he there?
Because we bet. By the way, Chief and I have a bet. I took the Phillies, obviously. He takes the St.Louis Cardinals for a steak dinner at Capitol Grill.
Oh, nice. Wow, that's for real.
But what's funny is when the home run was hit, all right, he's like all over me. Right?
Yeah.
Right? You're gonna blah 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 blah. The Phillies.
He knows what he's ordering
right,
already.
Yeah, he's telling me. And then when we tied up, crickets, and I sent him just a picture of a cricket. And then he gets back to me, starts blaming the umpires because the umpire did miss a few things, but on both sides, it was pretty consistent.
That one pitch was critical in that ninth inning. Do you remember the pitch? I forget who the batter was, but it should have been called a third strike. And the catcher just shook his head, took his mask off, looked at him, said something, and I was like, you don't see that too often.
Yeah, no, I mean, he was bad for both sides, and at one point, I had said Alvarado misses a called strike 3 by like inches according to the box. Then they pinch hit for Yepes, and he takes a first pitch cutter down the line. And that was when I was, defeated. And then I even, the next tweet I had said, come on, Marsh, you got to swing the bat there. Remember, Marsh struck out and never took the bat off his shoulder. And I followed that up with this. And this is the critical tweet that I had leading into that ninth inning. I said, if I'm going to rip on Marsh, now would be the time to point out that Harper is 0 for 3, Schwarber 0 for 4. In fact, as I type this, the Phillies' top 5 hitters are a combined 0 for 16. That's why that comeback yesterday is so remarkable, so unexpected, and why 45,000 plus got silent at Busch Stadium.
And not one hard hit.
Couldn't believe
not
it.
one hit down the line, a double, just
now
little hit here, little
Billy's
hit there.
point. Billy, and you said this, Larry Boa tweeted, great win today for the Phillies. Good things happen when you put the ball in play.
Yeah.
The highest exit velocity in the ninth inning was 88 miles an hour. Case closed.
How many times, like the Phillies do one or two things, hit home runs and strike out. Look at the game they won in Houston to clinch the division or clinch the wild card, the third spot. When they won 3-0, it was all 3 solo shots. I mean, this
boom, boom.
Right, but now you just put the ball in play. Look what happens, Carlin.
Right. Well, we know we're a hitting team. Remember, we were all worried about our pitching, and thank God we have Wheel or another. But we didn't really talk about our hitting because we've taken for granted that we got hitters. But I think after last night's game, even though we really didn't have one hard hit into the outfield, it was just a bloop here, bloop there, hit batter. I think today our bats come alive.
I hope so. We got a great show today. Of course, every Saturday we talk to the sportsbook Consigliere, Dave Sharapan, live from Las Vegas. I like to see what he's wearing today. Better be wearing Phillies gear. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
And then at the bottom of the second hour, PT, we'll talk with Tommy Greene.
Yeah, we'll go for our On the Mound segment with Tommy Greene, brought to you by Aaron Bada's Golf and Sports Performance Club. I know this. If you guys look carefully at the hat that I'm wearing, this is one of my favorite Phillies hats. And the reason it is
08.
It's 08 division champions.
Nice.
By the way, we're streaming live on my YouTube channel, The Locker Room with Billy Schwein. Go there. You can check out the action. We're pumped up, man. I know everybody is. And the other day I was riding in my car and I heard some clips from playoff games past. I was in my car, Carlin, in tears.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
I was in tears.
That's what it does to a fan. We have a lot of fans that are listening.
I'm in my car by myself, PT, and I mean, I'm not like sobbing, but I'm wiping I'm welled up, man. I was like so pumped up for that game.
Well, anytime I hear Harry Callis's voice, that gets me going a little bit.
But guess what?
Or Andy Musser.
Guess what?
He buried it. He buried it.
I'm getting ready to pass the torch to Scott Fransky. I love him.
Yeah,
and
the Weekender joined him.
He's good.
You know, it's playoff baseball if Larry Anderson's willing to travel. So LA was out there with him as well. That's mixed in. Well, later on in the show,
Pete, you're a professional. You've been in radio, TV for a long time.
Yeah.
His inflection, the sound of his voice, the way he describes the game, his knowledge. He puts you at the game. I think Scott Fransky should be in a TV booth, to be honest with you.
Well, a lot of people thought that. And at one point in time, Scott Fransky was looking at different TV jobs. Like, he's from
But guess what? But
he's from the Texas area. He was looking at maybe going back and joining the Rangers as their
hey, Pete, how about this, though? But remember
person.
back in the day, Harry, Richie Ashburn, and Andy Musser, they all used to divvy it up.
Yeah, they'd rotate
Harry
around.
would do the first three on TV. He'd go the middle three to the radio, and then he'd do the third three in the TV booth.
If you listen,
go back to that.
If you listen to Mike Gill's Announcers podcast, you should probably check that out, Billy. That's something you'd really like. He does that each week, that Announcers podcast, and it's a different style of play-by-play for television than it is for radio. And I'll say this, at the beginning, I thought, it's hard to replace a legend. Tom McCarthy was trying really hard at the beginning. He's finally settled into, I don't have to impress anybody. I don't have to go over the top. I could just be T-Mac. Now, I like T-Mac with Crook better than anybody else,
Well, guess what? If I had to choose, I would have Fransky and a Ruben Amaro. They would be
that would not be my pairing.
Oh, absolutely.
That would
Ruben
not
Amaro
be my pairing.
is almost, and I'm going to say it. I mean, I like John Kruk, but Ruben Amaro to me sounds like he's like a throwback.
Ruben Amaro's like you. He never takes a breath.
I like Ruben.
I love him,
I mean,
man.
I understand that he understands the game, but he talks a lot.
Right, but he tells you also stuff that the normal person doesn't know.
Yeah, I don't
like
think
he tells you insight.
He was both a player and a general manager.
He can mix both. Right, he's talking about money. He's talking about contract,
and a third base coach and a first base.
Right,
coach.
so he's done it all.
Yeah.
All right, we got a great show lined up. Like I said, the Sportsbook Consigliere. Then we have Tommy Greene, but we're also going to be at the pool tomorrow for the Sunday NFL Splash, Carlin.
Good time.
We're going to be giving away, Pete, 10 pairs of tickets, which is an $80 value, $40 a ticket. 10 pairs of tickets. You got to text us, use the text board at 609-403-0973.
Get you in. Get you a VIP buffet.
Yeah, man.
I mean,
and by the way,
nice
now please
82 degrees.
Put your first and last name in your town.
Yes.
Okay.
First and last name
submission.
and your town in the text.
First name, last name, town, and score.
It is a fun time. 82 degrees.
By
the
way,
water's 82.
Food there was unbelievable.
Yeah, the food and these tickets. You walk in, they give you a badge. You go anywhere you want, and then you go upstairs to the VIP area. Definitely. I'm wearing my bathing suit.
What's that? You're having a Speedo? What are you doing? Nobody wants to see that.
All right, I want to remind people the locker room in Blitz's Market want to discount your Eagles game day meal. During the Eagles season on game day, get a turkey or Italian hoagie for just $5 when you mention the locker room. Get down to Blitz's all season long at 21st and Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Blitz's now has online ordering at blitzesmarkets.com or give them a call at 609-399-9983. I want to remind people the first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. From the shortest center city and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you. With 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA, that's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900. My winter watchdog. Have you heard of New Jersey's premier vacant home management service? Well, you should, because I've been talking about them all summer long. My winter watchdog. You know those worrisome thoughts that creep into your mind every time you hear of a storm coming, and the daunting task of driving down to the shore to check on the house, hours of time on the road, or if you're away for the winter, if you're in Florida, let My Winter Watchdog be your eyes and ears with their 15-point inspection checklist. They offer a full menu of maintenance and improvement services. Owner Debbie McGonigal and her team of property caretakers are professional, licensed, bonded, and insured. So don't let the winter worry you. They'll give your house that lived-in look. That's My Winter Watchdog. Go to mywinterwatchdog.com or give them a call at 267-202-1869. That's 267-202-1869. Or send Debbie an email, Debbie at mywinterwatchdog.com. All right, when we return, we'll continue with more here in the locker room. Billy Schwein, Pete Thompson, Mike Carlin on 97.3 ESPN.
This is the radio home for Philadelphia Eagles football. The Eagles continue the 20-
put you first in all we do. Community banking for a century. We treat you like your family. Whatever you need, whatever you dream, let's make it a reality. Ocean First Bank, putting you first.
Right now, new customers can earn a $235 bonus when they open a freestyle checking account featuring no fees, no minimum balance requirements, and unlimited ATMs. See for yourself why we call it the best checking account ever.
Whatever you need, whatever you dream, let's make it a reality. Ocean First Bank, putting you first.
Certain rules and restrictions apply. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Opportunity Lender.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the free 97.3 ESPN mobile app.
All right, broadcasting live from the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. It's The Locker Room, Billy Schwein, Pete Thompson, and Mike Carlin. Now, how about this, guys? The Phillies are in the playoffs. We're up 1-0 against the Cardinals. And our Eagles are going to be playing the Cardinals out in Arizona, Glendale.
We're ready. They're ready.
Right?
Yep.
4-0, Carlin. First time since 2004.
Not
You know
just
what happened in 2004? They went to the Super Bowl.
yeah.
I'm all right with that.
Yeah.
Right, Pete? They were 13.
We'll take that
And where's the Super Bowl again this year, Billy?
Is it in Arizona?
That is correct.
We'll
That
take
is
that.
correct. That would be just fine.
We're going to be broadcasting live tomorrow at the pool at Harris. I'm so excited about
It's a
this,
fun
man,
time.
because I'll tell you what, the weather's always perfect in
Yeah.
there. And we're giving away 10 pairs of tickets. Come on down.
Not just tickets, VIP tickets.
VIP tickets.
I mean, you're going to want to win this.
'Cause it
And
costs
once you
money.
win
if
it,
you're not staying at the hotel, it costs money to get in there.
it costs a lot of money.
Right, so
just to
we're
get in the
giving
pool.
away 10 pairs of free tickets. 609-403-0973. P, what do the people have to do?
They have to text in to 609-403-0973. Text us, please, your first name, last name, and your score prediction. That way we can put your first name and last name on the list so you have those VIP tickets. It's an $80 value waiting for you at the door when you get to the pool at Harris tomorrow. And there's an early game. There's the Giants and Packers is a 9:30 start. So
Now,
And they don't have to be there at 10 o'clock.
No.
I mean, those
you
those
get there,
tickets are good all day.
You got to come say hi to us.
Yeah.
But we'll be there. I mean, we'll stay there after the show, and it's just a great place to watch all the NFL games. They got over 30 TVs in there.
And the big screen. The
the
big screen is
big
like
screen
a
is the one,
drive-through.
yeah.
They drive in.
Billy, you know the Eagles have never won at State Farm Stadium. They're 0-4
They're
out
0-4
there.
there.
Sort of a little quirk. But now, then
They're
again,
at 0-1 in the playoffs
the
there.
Cardinals have not won at home since last October. Like a year ago.
That's
The Cardinals have
crazy.
een terrible at home.
I was shocked to see, fellas. I
Yeah.
was shocked to see that the all-time record between the Eagles and the Cardinals were 56-58. Like the Cardinals, when they were in St. Louis, they stunk. I was shocked to see that.
Conrad Dobler just called. He's very upset. Jim Hart just
Jim
called.
Hart. All the names we were during one of the actually before the show, we were trying to name all the four old
You guys are
St.
better
Louis
than me.
Cardinals.
Dan Deerdorf just called. He's very upset. Is Dan Deerdorf still
I
with
remember.
us?
Do you
I don't know
remember?
that he-
I don't think
Who was
he is.
who was the female the first female sports for CBS NFL Today?
Leslie. No. Phyllis George.
Phyllis
Yeah.
George. She used to do.
She was
you know,
also.
She was Miss America.
Yeah, that's correct.
Those magazine
America.
things, and I remember one with Conrad Dobler.
Oh boy,
Man,
I apologize to Dan Deerdorf. Of course, he's still here. He's 73.
Do you-
But
do
he
you-
was nasty. That
Do you
guy.
guys have concern about tomorrow?
Well, I'll tell you what,
Why wouldn't you?
well,
I mean,
you look at the schedule.
It's a bit of a trap game, and the Cowboys with the Cowboys next. Yeah, of course you have a concern. Plus, Kyler Murray is a concern to me. I think the guy, he just goes off book, off script, and
Right.
that's
And he
that's
really
very-
hasn't done anything. Tomorrow could be like all of a sudden one of the
I think
games
what
that
Pete,
we don't
Carlin, I
forget.
think what Pete just said is the one thing that bothers me. It's a trap game because you know what? They're probably definitely looking ahead to these, the Cowboys the following week on a Sunday night.
Yeah.
No?
I'm not.
You
I'm-
kind of dismiss that.
And I'm usually very
Well,
worried.
Pete,
Very
you
worried.
look at the
I'm not
team-
worried.
Look at the teams that they lost. The Cardinals lost to the Kansas City Chiefs and the Rams.
And the Rams. Two good teams,
Yeah,
I'd say.
it's not
Two good
like-
teams. Okay?
I mean, the Eagles really haven't played anybody.
and they beat the
No, the Eagles'
Vegas?
schedule is certainly favorable going in.
They beat Vegas and the Carolina, two teams that really aren't anything. So,
And they barely beat Vegas 29-23. They needed overtime to do so. And then they actually won. They're a better team, or they've been a better team on the road, the Cardinals have, than they have been at home. So
DeAndre Hopkins is out.
that's a key. That's huge for them.
And I was listening and reading all week long, obviously watching the NFL. I've been starting to watch Get Up and First Take with Stephen A. Smith.
Oh, good.
And I saw Michael Irvin. I thought his segment this week was hysterical about the Cowboys, and they were going back and forth. But the fact is that Kyler Murray is not the leader Jalen Hurts is.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
He's not the leader.
And he was the first 2 years.
Right.
And when he got there, he was.
If you look at
was a highlight film
video of his play, his demeanor, just the way you look at somebody's body language and everything, it's different than what Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts, by the way, Pete, have you been seeing, because you watch a lot of Comcast and NBC Sports, right?
Yeah,
Philly?
yeah.
They always play the Jalen Hurts, his speech after the game.
Mm-hmm.
I love him. I mean, but that's a true leader.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got that whole.
He doesn't get high. He doesn't get low.
Well, he's also got the coach's kid mentality where he's never happy with the result.
Yeah.
He's
wants to get better.
Instead of like the Eagles have been unbelievable in the second quarter, by the way, this season. Like they have an NFL record points that they put up in the second quarter of these games. The difference is that, they want to finish strong, and he comes off the field half the time, and he's like, he that's the mark to me of not perfection, but of a guy, an elite player, is somebody that doesn't focus on what they did well. He goes immediately to, but we could have done this, or we should have done that.
Right. I like that too.
I'm a big fan of that. This is Jalen Hurts' second game against Kyler Murray, the quarterback that he followed at Oklahoma, by the way. Hurts and the Eagles lost to the Cardinals in December of 2020. So, and look, when you say, am I worried? I mean, I don't know a lot about Cameron Dicker, Dicker the kicker. I don't know a lot about this guy, right? I mean, this
Dicker the kicker.
That's what they call him. I mean, he's going to make his NFL debut. God forbid it comes down to a field goal. That's his name. I'm just saying.
I like it. It has a nice ring to it.
I think you're right when you say we could be thinking about Dallas, but I don't think this team is. Yeah, I think this coaching.
Because we got guys like Kelsey,
right? I think these
Fletcher
veterans,
Cox, Brandon Graham, keeping everything.
And especially because it's a road game too. So they have that to say, hey guys, this is a road game. We got to be ready. Forget about Dallas. Come back. Guys, Arizona's an average offense this year, and they're an average defense. That's what the numbers say. You know what the numbers say about Philly? We're third on defense, second in offense. We're a better team.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to go out there. We're going to win this game.
Cardinals defense is dead last in the league in sack rate, 30th in pressure rate, despite blitzing all the time. They blitz at the second highest rate in the league.
Wow.
So but that's where the blitz
They don't
can
have a
hurt
passing
you.
game.
So here's the thing. We always talk about, we get Scott Grayson on Sunday for his keys to the game.
Right.
And ultimately, we always say the turnovers. And this year, Carlin, you've got it written down. The Eagles are a +10, but overall they're
+8.
+8 because of the.
We've thrown 2 interceptions.
All right, but they're tied with Baltimore for the league lead on that.
Correct.
All right, but here's a stat, and we stats are important, but the fact is that Philadelphia's defense is averaging a league best 47.7 opponents 3 and out. So the defense is doing its job.
Here's something you're not going to see on your sheet there. Do you agree that Kyler Murray is going to be the best quarterback that they face this season?
What about Dak Prescott? He'll play. Dak Prescott will play.
So far this season, the games that they've played this season,
so far, absolutely.
Kyler Murray is going to. I mean, if you sit back and you look back at
Carson Wentz,
no, go to the Detroit game. Start with
Goff,
right? Jared Goff, right? Didn't
nothing.
Yeah, I mean,
he's been playing pretty well this season.
Jared Goff can sling it, but that's not a guy, right? Okay, then game number 2, right? They go to Washington.
Carson Wentz
statue, right? The guy's probably going to lose his job. Kirk Cousins. I'm sorry, game 2 was Kirk Cousins.
Right.
Right.
Then Carson.
Right. But wouldn't you agree that this is going to be the toughest quarterback that they face so far?
I would say that so far.
As an option, yes.
When they lost, and I mentioned that game in 2020, Murray threw for a career high 406 yards and 3 touchdowns. Here's a matchup, and Gil and I talked about this on Thursday that I'm worried about. Remember, Avonte Maddox is out again.
Yeah.
He's for sure out.
Okay.
Josiah Scott or CGJ or whatever might have to be in coverage against Zach Ertz. That's one I'm worried about. Zach Ertz being able to just own whoever's trying to cover him. That gives me pause.
Well, looking at the injury report, Elliott's out with an ankle, Maddox ankle, Mulata's shoulder.
Yeah, well, no,
but we have guys
Jordan Mailata is not out yet. He may play.
Yeah, he's questionable.
He's doubtful is what he is.
He hasn't practiced all week.
But Patrick Johnson is the guys that are out are Jake Elliott, Avonte Maddox, and Patrick Johnson, right? And then Kyron Johnson, the other linebacker, and Boston Scott are questionable. So, look, Jack Driscoll I thought was shaky when he came in last week. But if Jack Driscoll has to replace Mailata, I think he can step up to the task.
Yeah, one thing about the Birds and the Phillies, we're deep. We've got a bench.
That's exactly right.
We've got a bench this year. On both, we're playing the Cardinals. We're going to sweep the Cardinals this weekend.
Guys, their leading rusher for tomorrow's game, James Conner. He's averaging 3 yards a game.
Yeah, he's a physical goal line guy. He's not their home run hitter.
Remember, they don't have their number one wide receiver.
Right.
So they got Marcus Brown, not Brad.
Hollywood Brown, though, what if Hollywood Brown has to be like, let's say,
put Slay on him. Slay will shut him down.
Okay, but if Slay's not like Slay had to come out of the game,
they said he's fine.
You don't want to see Zach McPherson on Hollywood Brown.
Yeah, and I'm not worried about Ertz. If Ertz is the one that's going to beat us, then we don't deserve to win.
I'm gonna remember that. Remember that. I'm not worried about Ertz. He said.
We are going to be at the pool tomorrow in Harris in Atlantic City. 609-403-0973 is the text board. We're giving away 10 pair of tickets to the pool, $80 value. All right, the first hour of the locker room was powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. Surety is an industry-wide leader with a team of experts that will help you through the entire process. From contract signing to closing, from the shortest center city and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you. 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900. Hey, friends, let me tell you about Maserati, the main line located just minutes from downtown Philadelphia. They offer a client-focused car buying experience designed to exceed all expectations and invite you to stop and see the area's largest selection of new Maseratis, including the sporty Ghibli midsize sedan or the class-leading Levante, the only SUV worthy being called a Maserati. Maserati, the main line, also leads the nation in certified pre-owned sales and has the highest quality like new Maseratis available on the market. Your experience does not end at the point of a sale, as Maserati, the main line, offers free pickup and delivery of scheduled service appointments and provides a new Maserati loaner car. So be audacious. Call my good friend Michael Pileggi at RDS Auto Group today at 484-804-4800. That's 484-804-4800, or visit them online anytime at motml.com. All right, when we return, it's the Sportsbook Consigliere Dave Sharapan. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein, Pete Thompson, and Mike Carlin right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Today on Compass Media Network's coverage of NCAA football, it's a rivalry renewed from the Cotton Bowl as the Oklahoma Sooners take on the Texas Longhorns in the 2022 Red River Showdown. Hi, this is Greg Daniels. Join Steve Berline and me for all the action as the records and rankings are thrown out the window for this annual Big 12 matchup. It's Oklahoma and Texas. If it's college football, it's right here.
It's College Football Saturday on 97.3 ESPN. Coverage begins at noon.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee, those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning, those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The Train Comfort Specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free Train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for the military and senior discount.
Call and again and again. Call and again and again.
You want the best Mexican food in South Jersey? Go to Red's Jersey Mex.
Hey, this is Reds. Come visit us at 11th and Haven in Ocean City, New Jersey, where we have been cooking up the best Mexican food, tacos, burritos, quesadillas, fajitas, enchiladas, Jersey fresh salads, and so much more since 2004 using only the finest ingredients available.
That's right. Go to Red's Jersey Mex. Call for takeout at 609-399-2272 or dine in. That's Red's Jersey Mex, 11th and Haven in Ocean City, 609-399-2272 or redsjerseymex.com. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram at Red's Jersey Mex Cafe.
Hi, this is ex-Philadelphia Eagles tight end Ken Dunnick, and I'm the current publisher of Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine, and I'm asking you to become a Camden County police officer and help make our city a better place to live. The Camden County Police Department is now hiring for sworn officers who are going to make a difference in our community. The first year's salary for the position is $51,000. So join the effort today to be part of something bigger than yourself. Visit CamdenCountyPD.org to apply online. That's CamdenCountyPD.org. Thank you.
Do you want to get in shape and feel great and look better on the beach? At Local Gym and Fitness, located at 908 Asbury Avenue, you can accomplish your goal. 4 local guys with a passion and experience in fitness wanted to open a gym that delivers a quality, hospitable, clean, and friendly environment. Don't be intimidated. Be a local. Local Gym has the best equipment around with 4 fully loaded Olympic and CrossFit platforms, Jacob's ladders, Stairmasters, bikes, and ergs. Local Gym and Fitness provides quality trainers to lend their expertise with all your training needs. They're open 7 days a week. Memberships are affordable. So be a local at Local Gym and Fitness. Call them today at 609-545-8732 or go online at localgymandfitness.com. I'll see you there.
Will they find a home? Sponsored by Geico. Steve is intrigued by the paranormal.
Otherworldly spirits really make a house a home, you know?
Janice has different taste.
I'd like my house to not be haunted.
Compromise is tough, but these two won't have to compromise when they bundle home and car insurance with Geico. It's easy, and they could save even more. In the end, Steve and Janice found a renovated Victorian that's only haunted from 9 to 5.
Okay, wife's home. I gotta bounce.
Bye, Steve.
Bundling without compromise at geico.com.
The one and only Mr. America All-American Sports Festival is coming to the Tropicana in Atlantic City, October 8th and 9th. The Super Bowl of natural bodybuilding is the world's most iconic bodybuilding competition. Competitors from 41 different states will compete for the title of Mr. and Ms. America. This year, more than 1,000 athletes competing in over 20 sports and events. The one and only Mr. America All-American Sports Festival, October 8th and 9th at Tropicana in Atlantic City. Get tickets now at MrAmerica.com.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
All right, broadcasting live from the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield, New Jersey. Now, you know, Carlin, now it's my favorite time. Every Saturday we get to go all the way out to Vegas to talk to the sportsbook consigliere, Dave Sharapan.
They had a bad shooting there in Vegas.
Yeah, I hope he's okay. Yeah. It's always... We're streaming live on the StreamYard, so he's going to pop up. We're going to see what he's wearing. Let's go to the Maserati, the Mainline Sports Hotline, and welcome in the sportsbook consigliere, Dave Sharapan.
There he goes.
There he is.
Come on, Billy. What did you think I was wearing? It was Philly stuff minus 8,000 today. Come on.
You look great.
I had to tell the police to stop singing there. They were dominating you, Sharapan. I said, all right, Pete. Come on, Pete. Stay on point here. What are we doing? Billy, it was minus 8,000 that I was wearing the Philly stuff today. October baseball.
Nothing like it.
How long has it been since the Phillies been in
11 years, Dave.
11 years.
It's a long 11 years, Billy. That's a long time, but that ninth inning was almost 11 years yesterday. I'm exhausted. They got another game today.
Listen to his voice.
You want to hear a funny line, Sharapan? I thought this was a great lead. The guy in the Inquirer wrote a column and said, playoff baseball is like watching a loved one defuse a bomb. It is not something that you enjoy.
Man, it's hard. It's hard, but it's fun. October baseball is great.
And do you know how many, Dave, do you know how many managers the Phillies have had since 2011?
I'm going to say 4.
How about 6?
Come on.
Charlie Manuel, Ryan Sandberg, Pete McCannon, Gabe Kapler, Girardi, and Rob Thompson.
I forgot the Ryan Sandberg era.
Yeah,
me too.
That's pretty crazy.
So did we.
Wow.
Were you hanging on every pitch?
Not gonna lie, Billy, I was. Yes, we
You
got
like
it.
the old-fashioned pitching duel, don't you, Dave?
It's fun. Yes, I do, especially when you have the under. Or no, I mean, but I had the over in the Phillies game. I took all the unders yesterday.
Okay.
Said playoff baseball, we're betting all unders except the Philly game. Something told me that one's going over. I didn't think it was going to go over that way, but winners are winners. Everybody's crying on gambling Twitter, and all my buddies are like, oh, I had the under, I had the right side, I had this, I had that. Sometimes you get lucky too. That's what we got yesterday. So yeah, playoff baseball is the best.
Oh, it's unbelievable. We're talking to the sportsbook consigliere, Dave Sharapan from Vegas. Now, Dave, I still haven't, my phone still didn't ring yet for the cash considerations. I
Billy,
phone call.
I'm trying, Billy. You got to set up a home setup. I don't know how we're going to do this with you. It's going to require a lot of help. I don't know where Pete lives close to you. If Carlin lives close to you, to come help set up your stuff. Make sure your audio sounds good.
Yeah,
we don't work. Go to bed early, Billy.
Listen, all you got to do is send me to StreamYard, right? I can get in. I can pop in. I know how to do that.
Okay, on the phone, you can do that on the phone, Billy.
No, I'll do it from my house. What time you record this thing?
Sometimes it's late, Billy.
You just called.
Remember,
by the way, I will.
Right.
But 7 o'clock at night.
Difference.
Ready for this, Carlin? I'm extending you the invitation. Here's what's going to go. Here's what's going to happen. For the next 3 weeks, we are at the pool in Harris in Atlantic City.
Nice,
tomorrow's the 9th. Next week's the 16th. On the 23rd of October,
yeah,
I'm flying you in, and I'm putting you up at the Tropicana.
Jeez,
I will be calling you.
What if I got to go to the World Series or something for MLB Network?
Well, then you better cancel that. No. That's the only reason. Well, are you going to the World Series?
I don't know, Billy. We got to see what we're doing.
All right, well, we'll talk. I'll call you this week.
Yeah.
All right.
I only got a limited amount of time here, Billy. Don't be making my travel plans right now. We're talking about sports and betting and baseball and all kinds of stuff. You're trying to make me travel plans.
Hey, Dave, tell us the truth, Dave. You ready for this question?
Yes.
You had a game yesterday at 9 a.m.
Love it.
Were you still in bed or were you out of bed?
Mike, I don't know if you follow me at Sports BK Consig or not, but you should, because I post every morning when I wake up, and it's usually West Coast time. I don't know, 4:30 or 5 in the morning. I heard a great video from Steve Harvey, and he said, if you can't be letting the East Coast decide your life if you live out west, because by the time you wake up at 8 or 9 a.m. West Coast time, it's lunchtime back east. Everything still happens back east.
Yeah.
And I've been in Vegas for my last 20 years. I've been out west, but I still get up early because I know what's going on back there. And guys like you are going to beat me to the punch, Carlin. So I got to get up. So hell, what did you think? There was day baseball, breakfast and baseball are two things that go together, even out west. Of course I was up. I was already up making lines.
It is nice. And that was the one thing about the postseason. Like, I love being on the East Coast and watching the game at 12 o'clock. The Phillies at 2 o'clock. Not waiting to the night. I love it.
I've been saying this for years, that the West Coast time zone is perfect for watching sports, because the game, like Sunday night football, ends at 8 o'clock.
Right.
And I can go to dinner, but I get breakfast with football on Sundays and Saturdays. 9 o'clock in the morning kickoffs every Saturday. Day baseball starts at 9 a.m. It's the best.
What's the book say about today's game with Nola pitching for us?
Oh, man, this is going to be, it's a pick'em game, but the move came on the Phillies. The early move came on the Phillies. The bad guys are on the Phillies.
Good.
So we're up to about a 120 favorite. Total 6.5, fellas. 6.5.
Didn't I say a lot of runs?
Yeah, you said a lot of runs, Carl.
I think over. Do you think it over today, Carl?
Yeah, I'm saying like 7-4.
Oh, I hope you're right.
8-4, 8-5. I think.
I hope you're right.
I think our bats are going to come alive today, and they'll have a couple runs.
I can't believe. Do we got to wait all day for this game?
Yeah.
This is all day. This is 5:37 Pacific means 8:37. My brother and all my guys back in Philly, my nephew, they all got to stay up late. These kids got to go to the Saturday night. Everybody's staying up to watch Phillies baseball.
People don't sleep in Vegas.
Oh, Billy. I'm not talking about Vegas. I'm talking about Philly. I told
I'm
you
talking about
this.
you in Vegas.
I'll be up.
All right, listen. Big game today. The Red River Showdown.
Oh, you did it. I almost called it. I called it shootout.
Well, I will.
My cash considerations.
In my
I got corrected.
But it's appropriately. Well, don't get me started.
Don't
The
get
Red River-
started. Just
the Red
talk
River
about the
Showdown.
game. Who do you
Talk to
like?
me
Billy?
about that game. Well,
Who do you
I like Texas.
Do you?
Yeah. No?
Oh man, that's a lot of points, Billy, isn't it?
I don't know. What, 6.5?
No, is it down to 6.5? Hold on. I was up on the baseball
I'm
screen.
looking at the newspaper.
Billy, I told you the
Billy,
newspaper. You can't
printed
pep the
Thursday night.
I got it right here.
Billy.
No, I
I
got
was
it
always
today.
looking at the
Yeah, but
newspaper. No,
it's the weekend edition.
Yeah, it is.
this is at least okay. You got the early morning edition. All right. So this game here is, let's see, 383. We got, oh boy, we're up to 8, Billy.
Went up to 8.
We're up to 8. They're betting it. They're betting at Texas. They're betting at Texas. Can't argue with it. Oklahoma's defense, when they got housed last week, 55-24 to TCU, who's playing Kansas this week. I want to take the dog, but I don't know if they can stop them. The over's the best play in the game. I got over. What do you think? Let's see. A lot of points scored.
65, 66.
Oh my goodness. 64.5. It's a lot of points, Billy. Bet the over. Over.
How about this game that's intriguing to me because it's not the teams so much, it's the coaches.
What?
Texas A&M and Alabama. You think Alabama's going to run it up like 66-9? They right, him and Jimbo Fisher and Alabama.
He was his assistant.
Yeah.
Jimbo was his assistant.
Minus 24. The total's 48. You never, rarely, can't say never because it's always first time for something, see the total half or just twice as much as the spread. Minus 24 and 48, which tells me this is a math problem. Billy, I don't know if you're good at math.
I'm a history major.
Okay, forget the math with you.
Yeah.
Carlin's the numbers guy. That's fine. We need Carlin here. How do you get over or minus 24? How do you cover the spread and get over the total? It's probably a blowout. But if you take the dog, the game's likely an under. Okay, that means Texas A&M wins or keeps it competitive in a tight, low-scoring game. Everybody remembers what they saw last week, and that was Alabama, even with the backup, just running through Arkansas. Alabama first half is the best bet in the game. Okay, just bet them in the first half to cover a smaller number. But I like Alabama. I think Texas A&M is shot. I don't think the kids even half of them want to be there. They're already looking to transfer and all this other stuff. I think it's a blow up.
We're talking to the sports book consigliere, Dave Sharapan. Pete, I'm sure you have a game that you're interested in.
College game days at Notre Dame, right? And of course,
No,
that's
Pete, they're in Kansas.
Oh, I'm sorry. I saw the girl wearing green. I thought they were at Notre Dame. Well, that's what I want to ask about is BYU at Notre Dame.
Oh, that game's in Vegas. That game is in Vegas today.
Oh, yeah, it is. Allegiant Stadium. So that should be right down the street for you.
You going to that
Neutral,
game, Dave?
4:30 Pacific, and it's in Las Vegas. It's in Las Vegas, Billy. It's not in the paper that it's in Las Vegas. Why are you asking me that question?
I knew it was. Dave.
It's in Las Vegas.
I see that it is.
Notre Dame's going to crush them.
They are.
Wow.
I'm telling you, Notre Dame's going to cover the spread. Notre Dame's going to win the game. It's one of those things I think we've been talking about it on Bostonian versus the book all week. We've been talking about BYU all year and don't know why because they've been around and they've had some big games. But this one feels like to me, this is a public dog, and public dogs usually you got to leave them out with the fleas and stuff. It doesn't end well for the public dogs. I like Notre Dame.
You know what Notre Dame's really good at too at a game like this?
Right.
What?
You look at the big picture. This is a recruiting trip. Okay. This is how when you look at Notre Dame's schedule and players, and you see a lot of guys from California and Arizona, these are the kind of game how they get them. They'll fly them into Vegas. They'll put them on the sidelines, and they'll just blow out BYU and say, "This is where you want to be."
That's a real thing. They do that.
Absolutely.
All right, Dave. One other game that I can't believe it. They usually play it later in the season. Georgia and Auburn.
Oh my goodness, Billy! I got to be honest. I didn't even know they were playing this
Yeah, they're
week.
playing today. I thought that's a little later in the season.
Georgia.
but-
What's the spread on that game?
It's
Auburn got
Georgia's minus 28.
Yeah, but listen,
I mean, no
Auburn got
Oh.
destroyed by Penn State. They played a heck of a game against the LSU last week.
Who's
So
down?
they're hard to figure
They're
out.
down. LSU's down, but that's a blowout today. That's why it's 28 points.
I know, but I
It's a
mean,
blowout.
28-point spread.
playing-
And it
they're
is
playing
28.
plus-
This totals 49.5. So it's just like the Alabama
Yeah.
game. I hate taking a dog in these situations because you know they have no chance to win. Georgia has got to make somebody pay for that game against Missouri that they almost lost. It's probably going to be Auburn. I would only play the favorite in this game. Billy, I got to give you credit. Every single week, you hit me with a game that I have not discussed one time on 8 million
On
shows
any other book.
the entire week. It's amazing. I don't know how you do that.
See how I did it? Now I'm going to hit you with the most important one
Yeah.
of them all.
Of
Let's
course.
talk about our Philadelphia Eagles.
Of course. Fly, Eagles, fly. I'm all on board with this team. This is unreal.
5.5, right? 5.5?
Yeah, 5.5. Well, it's coming down, Billy. People think that Arizona
Bad
could cover.
guys.
I'm just, why are you yelling at me? Please. It's early in the morning.
Dave, I like the first half. I like the -3 first half. Eagles have been scoring points in the first half.
They've been the best team in football in the second quarter. The
Yeah.
second quarter scoring is so. I just heard this on one of the shows that I did. The guy hit me with this stat. I said, this can't even be right. I went and looked. They are the leading scoring team in the NFL in the second quarter by a wide margin. So whatever's happening in the first, everybody's kind of feeling their way out, and then boom, they just take off and take control of the game in the second. I like that play in the first quarter or the first half too. What's good for business is good for me. And I keep picking against the Eagles, and they keep winning. I'll probably fall for the trap again and pick the Cardinals. And that means that the Eagles win, cover, and get ready for what's coming next week.
The mush.
I can't wait for what's coming next week. Pete's holding up the phone to the screen like I could read that. What are we talking about, Pete? I can't see nothing.
85 points in the second quarter. That's
Thank you. That's
they have
you know
most
how
points
easy that
scored
was
in
when
the
you just said
second
it in
quarter.
my ear?
In first four. Well, that was more for Billy's a visual learner.
Billy can't
So I'm
see
trying-
with those glasses
I'm
either.
trying to accommodate two audiences.
How did you
Dave,
tell
Dave,
us?
they're 4 feet. They're 4 feet apart too. Just so you know.
No, they're not. They
Yeah,
look like
yeah,
they're so
yeah.
far apart. Literally 4 feet apart.
Yeah, I don't even know if they're.
He's
4
on
feet.
the other side of the room.
Okay.
4 feet.
This is
4 feet away.
amazing. I love
Well,
this
you know
show.
we love you, right? Especially when you pick the other team. When you always pick the
Hey,
love it.
you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. I'm here for the team. I'm happy to come on every week. Did you see the tweet this morning from my guy right
Yeah.
side? He's on little
He can't-
weekend trip to Atlantic City. He's
Yeah.
walking around this morning, and here's a commercial and says, This Dave is everywhere. That's my guy Dave. He's in Atlantic City. I said I go in the locker room every week.
That's right.
People every week I'm here.
All right,
That's
Dave.
right.
You know we love you. We can't wait to see you next Saturday, but we can't. Hopefully, we'll be able to work you out. We can fly you in here,
We gotta
and
get
you
him
can
in.
be a part of us with us the whole weekend, Saturday and Sunday.
Boy, oh boy, I'm gonna have to really ramp up, drink a lot of water, hydrate for that weekend. Woo! Hanging
right,
with
there
the
he
boys
is.
in AC.
The Sportsbook
Can't wait.
Consigliere, Dave Sharapan. You can follow
Thanks,
him on
fellas.
Twitter
Thanks,
at
guys.
SportsBK Consig.
Go Phillies.
Go Phillies. All right, there he is. The Sportsbook Consigliere on the
Maserati, the
Maserati
main line
I had a
hotline.
brain cramp.
I'll help you.
Maserati
out. I'll help you.
Maserati Mainline Sports Hotline. Hey, 609-403-0973. We're going to be at the pool tomorrow in Atlantic City. We're giving away 10 pairs of tickets.
We're getting some
609-403-0973
people that are coming in, by the way.
is the text board.
Yeah.
Send us a text message. What do they got to do, Pete?
Well, they have to text us their first name and last name and a score prediction. So people are starting to text in. Thank you to Chris. Thank you to Steve. Steve's a loyal Eagles fan, by the way, from Cape May Courthouse. He's really excited to try and get these passes. Steve Fox. We see you, Steve. So we'll put you in the
All right.
queue.
The first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. from the shortest center city and every place in between. Surety Title is there for you with 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900. Just about everybody in our area has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine that's run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunnock. But were you aware of their private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month, they hold private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia, South Jersey that attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and see it's a fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or give him a call at 856-912-4007 for more information. When we return, we'll wrap up hour number 1. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Coming up on the next edition of the Sports Bash with Mike Gill.
Coming up on Monday.
Now this is a Halloween party.
Every vehicle, one dime down.
Acres of vehicles in stock now. And you get a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty.
Beat that.
At the all-new Springfield Mitsubishi Atlantic City.
Hey, we did it.
Yeah, that's an hour that flew flying by.
Always does.
We had
Went
so much fun with
flying by,
Sharapan
Frank
there.
Sinatra.
Yeah,
He's
flying.
Listen, I want to bring him in, guys. I'm gonna
Who,
fly him in.
Sinatra? It'd be hard to do.
I'm going to bring the book in.
You got to.
We're going to put him up. We'll call Xeris.
Make it happen.
Get him hooked up in Tropicana.
Fine.
Right?
Even one or the
Well,
other. It
even-
doesn't matter.
even
But
Harris.
he would have a fun time anywhere.
Yeah.
But like you said, you got to work around the schedule.
Hour 1 in the books. Hour 2 ahead of us. Going to go back to the Phillies a little bit. Then we have the bottom of the hour. Tommy Greene. Get his perspective on yesterday's big win by the Philadelphia Phillies. It's the Locker Room with Billy Schwein, Pete Thompson, Mike Carlin, right here on 97.3 ESPN and the mobile app. And, of course, send us your text message for the free tickets to the pool.
You haven't downloaded the 97.3 ESPN
miles.
Where to first again?
60 years, millions of miles, and the capability to take you anywhere. This is the new Nissan.
South Jersey's play-by-play home for the Eagles, Sixers, and Flyers.
He scored!
97.3 ESPN, WENJ, WENJ HD Millville, Atlantic City, a Town Square media station.
Red 83!
Welcome to the locker room.
Vince Papali, welcome to the locker room.
I can smell it already, Billy. What's happening, buddy?
Von Hayes, welcome to the locker room with Billy Schwein.
Yeah, hey, Billy, how you doing up there?
Rich Gannon, welcome to the locker room, Rich.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be with you.
Great Bob McElwee, NFL referee.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to the locker room.
All right, thanks, Billy.
We have the real Pat Croce in the locker room.
Get me off the bench, Coach.
And now here's your host, Billy Schwein.
All right, we're back here broadcasting live for the Toms River Auto Group studio here in Northfield. Mike Carlin, Pete Thompson joining me here as they do every Saturday. And we'll be broadcasting live from the pool at Harris tomorrow for our Eagles pregame show, the NFL Sunday Splash, Carlin.
Fun time.
All right.
Fun time. And they're going to have the kiosks there for betting, food, the pool.
So they got over 30 TVs. They've got that the tailgate, the full buffet tailgate for pregame and halftime.
Killer buffet.
Of both the for 1 o'clock and the 4 o'clock.
Yeah,
you see how long they got all the food they have there? It's unbelievable.
Yeah. These tickets will get you up there. It's a VIP area.
Yeah.
So we're giving away a pair of VIP tickets. Well, actually 10 pairs of VIP tickets to the NFL Sunday Splash at the pool at Harris. What you have to do is text in your score prediction to 609-403-0973. That's 609-403-0973. Give us a score prediction, your first and last name, and we'll need your town. And Chris is entered. He says Eagles 33, Cardinals 13. Thank you, Chris. We appreciate that. Dan from EHT, well, he's a regular, and Dan's coming back and forth about all kinds of stuff, Phillies, Eagles, all kinds of stuff related on that. Joe from Summers Point is a big fan. He says Arizona's going to win, though. Oh, wow. Joe. All right. What are you doing? 27-24. But he did enter a prediction, so he is entered in for the
so
VIP
we'll have
tickets.
we'll leave the name of we'll leave your name at the door, right?
Yep. As soon as they walk in, there's only one door you can get in.
Right.
They'll be on the list. They'll just say their name. They usually ask for ID, so bring your ID, and then you walk right in.
Yeah. 10 pairs of tickets, 609-403-0973.
Right. Bob's got the Eagles winning 31-20, although I know secretly that he's a Raiders fan. I wrote that back. I said, aren't you a Raiders fan? He says, I am. I'm trying to win those pool passes.
Yeah, you got to come down, man. It's a lot of fun.
And they have all the games on.
Man. Yeah, every single
game on.
Bill from EHT just rang in. Eagles 31, Cardinals 27. Thank you, Bill. You are entered. That's it.
By the way, we gave
403-0973.
We gave away a great prize last week at yesterday's when we're down there.
Colleen, right?
Yeah,
Colleen
she won the Eagles replica Eagles AJ Brown jersey. So congratulations to her.
Well, I think her previous jersey was an Ertz jersey,
yes.
right? So now she can have a jersey from someone who's actually playing on our team.
And it's amazing how many people are starting to follow us, Billy.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to let you know about, like Colleen and her husband.
Yeah.
They'll be at the pool tomorrow.
Oh, they better. They come if they can text in, they get the free ticket.
Yeah.
Well, this show is like a traveling road show.
Yeah. So it's nice, though. We have people coming.
By the way, I want to thank Pro Image Sports and Fan Treasures for the shirt. The Eagles shirt.
Nice.
That was great.
The jersey.
Yeah, I want to remind people also the locker room and Blitz's Market want to discount your Eagles game day meal during the Eagles season on game day. Get a turkey or Italian hoagie for just $5 when you mention the locker room. Get down to Blitz's all season long at 21st and Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Blitz now is online ordering at blitzesmarkets.com or give them a call at 609-399-9983. I know Dave Newman and Dave and Joe Newman, the owners down there, they love the Eagles, so they're really excited about doing this. And by the way, Carlin, you ever have a hoagie from there, from Blitz's? They're unbelievable.
Absolutely.
They pack the meat in there.
And game day was it $5? I mean,
$5.
How can you beat a sandwich for $5? The way they pack them too.
You know what you should do? People should do if they're going to the game, right? You just order it online the night before, right? And then you'll have your order there. You pick it up at like 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning. Head to the stadium.
Absolutely.
All right, you guys. How about this, man? We got the Arizona Cardinals and we got the St. Louis Cardinals. We're beating up on both of them.
You want some ninth inning notes from yesterday's ninth inning? There were 6 runs scored with 3 singles and no extra base hits. When do you see 6 runs scored and not a single extra base hit? It's the first time ever that a team has scored 6 runs in the ninth inning of an NL postseason game. And the first time was a team scored 6 or more runs in the ninth inning of a postseason game when that team had been shut out over the previous 8 innings. The Cardinals fans, guys, I thought were absolutely stunned. By the way, David Robertson picks up the win. Eflin gave up a couple hits there, made it a little interesting in the ninth. He wasn't that lights out Eflin from the
by the way,
Houston series.
Let me ask you this: you I would usually be down on Alvarado, but I wasn't. He's been pitching great.
He hadn't.
I wasn't even mad that he get it was a blow and it hurt.
Yeah.
But I wasn't like, man, Alvarado, you stink. Like I didn't. He has been pitching so well, Carlin.
If we would have lost that game,
I would have been mad at him.
I would not have said, "Oh man, he lost it." We lost that game because our hitters didn't hit.
Right. Okay,
it was not his fault.
And yet, at the critical moment, Gene Segura gets a hit, and that's 11 years and 5,195 at bats in the making. Did you see the replay? I mean, the guy was like walking on air as he was running down.
By the way,
the first base, he was so excited.
Cardinals are 93-0
when they lead
by
2 or more
runs. More runs in the ninth, or was that late in the game?
They're 93-0 in postseason history.
Yes,
and you know what? We were just this year for us. We were 0-54.
And by the way, Carter, I'm tired of hearing how great the fans are in St. Louis.
They left their
They were hitting. Did you see that? Actually, I
took a picture of it and I tweeted it.
I said the Philly fans would be, if you were to ask me whose fans would be leaving in that situation, I would say probably Phillies fans. You said no.
Yeah, I don't think Phillies fans, not a playoff game. I don't think Phillies fans would leave a playoff game early.
People were. St. Louis Cardinals fans were hitting the exit. It was like 4.
I don't
at
understand.
That point, it was only 4-2.
I don't understand what's going on in sports right now, boys. That's 2 days in a row. The Bronco fans left when the damn game was tied. Now, that was a terrible game. Yeah. I get it. But the game's not even over yet, and they were going for the exits. They were going overtime, and they were going to the exits. And then the fact that the Cardinals fans, and there was 45,000 Cardinal fans yesterday, 45,911. Ozzie Smith threw out the first pitch. This guy you never heard of gets the pinch hit, 2-run home run. The Cardinals are thinking they're going to. I mean, it was a thing of beauty, boys.
By the way, I said how many managers have appeared? How many managers have the Phillies had since 2011? It's been a long time since the Phillies been in the playoffs, right? The second longest drought. The Mariners were the first. They were 20
and
years.
They won yesterday.
How many Eagles coaches have there been since 2011?
2011. Let's see.
Can you name them?
Was Andy Reid still here in 11?
Yes.
So Reed, Chip Kelly, Doug Peterson, and now Frank or now Reich.
You're missing one.
Or I am.
Yeah.
Not the guy that went
not
from the Jets.
Pat Schumer. He was.
That's like a temporary.
So what? They got him listed.
That's because Chip Kelly got fired.
Right.
Somebody had to coach the team for one game.
He was just there for.
How many Flyers coaches have there been since 2000?
Well, I sent you something to send to Chief. Right, I had a memory yesterday of like Lavi gets fired and they take over a Chief or something like that.
How many Flyers? You don't have to name them. Just
5.
How many you think, Carlos?
This is going to be a real guess. I'm going.
Sirianni, by the way,
he said 5. I'm going to say 6.
Why did Frank Reich come out of my mouth? It was Nick Sirianni.
Jalen Hurts was in 8th grade when the last time the Phillies.
Do you want the stat on Alvarado? He hadn't given up a home run, Billy, since August 23rd. That was 13 2/3 innings. I'm sorry. He hadn't given up a run, any kind of run, since August 23rd. He hadn't allowed a home run since July 30th.
Yes, July 30th.
So I mean, that's just bad luck right there.
Yeah, and I was more mad at the offense, like you said, Carlin. The Philadelphia Phillies. I mean,
you can't go 8 innings and not score a run.
Their top 5 guys.
You want to know
0
something?
for 15, 0 for 16.
You want to know something crazy too? Yesterday was October 7th. We're talking about like Facebook memories or memories that come up in your phone and things. Mike Carlin, what happened, Billy? What happened in 1977 on October 7th?
The Phillies beat the Dodgers?
No, they gave up 3 runs in the 9th inning.
Oh.
Black Friday.
Oh, that was when
the
Phil
3-game
in left field?
That's correct.
Yeah, that's
right. A year later, they get eliminated by the Dodgers on October 7th, 1978 in Game 4 of the NLCS. And then, of course, this was synergy yesterday, okay? This was why baseball is so great. Phillies hadn't been in the playoffs for 11 years. 11 years prior to that, that was Ryan Howard clutching his left leg and collapsing on the first base line as the Cardinals, the wild card Cardinals knocked the 102-win Phillies out of the playoffs. So this rally, maybe it chased away some ghosts, some ghosts of October 7th.
Let me ask both of you guys just real quick before we go to break. Bryce Harper, 227, maybe 3 home runs since August 26th is his return. Are you I'd rather have, even though he's not productive right now, and I'm sure he's dealing with his arm is
right. He's not himself.
He's not himself. But are you upset with him? Would you? I mean, you can't take him out.
No, he's got to be in the lineup. I thought A-Rod. Look, I don't really agree with A-Rod.
Yeah, did you like that broadcast team yesterday?
Well, it was Michael Kay. It felt like a Yankees game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But here's the thing with A-Rod. Okay, the guy did play the game, and he does see things that you, me, and Mike Carlin maybe don't see.
Right.
And he talked about the fact that against Quintana, Harper was struggling because he was late on the fastball.
Yes,
but ahead of the breaking ball. Yeah. I thought that was good insight.
That was really good.
So there you go.
So
but no, to answer your question, and I love having him in the clubhouse. Yeah. I love him traveling, and I think he'll break out. He's going to have a breakout game.
All right.
I don't know if tonight's it, but if we can get past
hopefully tonight.
But the big thing I want to tell you, I want to tell you real quick what the announcers were talking about at the end of the game, how it sets it up for the Phillies. Their bullpen's in trouble.
Oh yeah,
their bullpen is in Cardinals. Yeah, their bullpen is in trouble.
When we get back, I think their manager Marmol, I think he made a critical mistake by leaving that guy in too long, leaving
Helsley.
Yeah.
He threw 33 pitches.
I mean, I would have had a quicker look.
You saw that he was having a meltdown.
Yeah, you can tell what was taking him so long to pull.
He lost the strike zone, and then I was very questionable about. They said the guy injured his finger against Pittsburgh like last week or something.
You text me.
I thought that was a scam. I thought that was just a way to buy more time. And Mike Maddox, not Greg Maddox, Mike Maddox had already made a mound visit. So they're playing strategy there where they make sure that, if Mike Maddox can't come out again, but if he brings the trainer out, then you could say the guy's injured.
They were stalling,
and then the guy coming in.
The bullpens were warming up.
All right, the second hour of the locker room is brought to you by the Great Bay Country Club, where it's not just golf, it's fun. Make Great Bay Country Club your club. Great Bay is an award-winning private golf club where you are greeted by name. It's home of the 3-hour and 58-minute round. Of course, they're making lots of new renovations. They got the new outdoor patio overlooking the first tee with fire pits. So, when you get off, you do your round, you go have a cocktail out there. You can sit around the fire. They got a great new sound system. They're working on that big deck outside on the 18th green for entertainment. You have weddings out there. And, of course, that's what they do really well. They do weddings great, and they have an award-winning culinary banquet staff. They customize your menus. They seat up to 275 people. So book today for a wedding in 2023. For more information, go to greatbay.com or give them a call at 609-927-5071. Great Bay Country Club in Summers Point, New Jersey. See why it's always a great day at Great Bay. And, of course, when you get down there, please say hello to Radio Ron Ralston, my winter watchdog. Have you heard of New Jersey's premier vacant home management service? And listen, this is now the time to call Debbie, my winter watchdog. You know those worrisome thoughts that creep in your mind every time you hear of a storm coming and the daunting task of driving down to the shore to check on the house, hours of time on the road. Or if you're away for the winter, if you're in Florida, let My Winter Watchdog be your eyes and ears with their 15-point inspection checklist. They offer a full menu of maintenance and improvement services. Owner Debbie McGonigal and her team of property caretakers are professional, licensed, bonded, and insured. So don't let the winter wear you. They'll give your house that lived-in look. That's My Winter Watchdog. Go to mywinterwatchdog.com or give them a call at 267-202-1869. That's 267-202-1869. Or send Debbie an email, Debbie@mywinterwatchdog.com. All right, when we return, we'll continue with more here at Pete Thompson, Mike Carlin, Billy Schweim in the locker room on 97.3 ESPN.
It's a big-time Big Ten battle. Ohio State hits the road to take on Michigan State. The Buckeyes have stormed out of the gate with a 5-0 record behind start
Sir, he's trying to speak.
It's a crime to pay more than a dime.
Yes, one dime down at Springfield Mitsubishi in Atlantic City. Even the new Outlanders with third row seating.
Credit amnesty.
Yes, if you bring home $350 a week, you could get up to $25,000 in credits. 25 grand with only one dime down.
Hey, now this is a Halloween party.
Every vehicle, one dime down.
Acres of vehicles in stock now. And you get a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty.
Beat that.
At the all-new Springfield Mitsubishi, Atlantic City.
In Pleasantville.
They service all makes and models. Springfield Mitsubishi AC.com.
Oh, this is good dip. That's not dip.
New 22 Mirage, 16.4 dime down, $249 a month for 72 months at 3% APR plus tax on title to qualified buyers.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
All right, broadcasting live from the Toms River Auto Group studio in Northfield. Billy Schwein, Mike Carlin, Pete Thompson. Pete, let's take a walk
hang on.
down.
I want to remind people to text in 609-403-0973, 609-403-0973. Thank you to Sandra from Mays Landing. She says the Eagles are going to win this one big, Billy.
Yeah, way to go, Sandra.
She says 34-17
Hope
Eagles.
to see you down at the pool tomorrow. We'll be broadcasting live from 10 a.m. to 12 noon, but they have the games all
afternoon. They can come anytime.
NFL Sunday
Come
Splash.
say hello and then stay, spend the day. But they can come anytime.
Joey D from Ventnor's got him winning big.
Come on, Joey D.
He's got him winning big. The Eagles 30-13. He's got the Eagles winning big. So a lot of people buying the Eagles in this one. And
we want to see everybody down
feeling
there.
good about the Eagles in this one. Now go ahead and set up.
It'll
what
be a
you
lot of
wanted to
fun.
set
All right,
up.
let's
Yes.
take a walk down memory lane.
Okay, so just 24 hours, less than 24 hours ago, right? This unlikely ninth inning comeback. All right, so we're going to play you some audio cuts here from this ninth inning comeback. And this is a mix between the ABC/ESPN broadcast of Michael Kay and A-Rod. And then you're also going to hear a little bit of the Phillies broadcast,
Fransky,
which
I
is
love him.
Fransky in LA. This is the ninth inning to the conclusion of the game. Here we go.
Here's Real Muto. That's lined into left center field. It's going to dunk in there for a base hit. Real Muto with a one-out single here in the ninth. Bases are loaded. How about this for drama? And here is Alec Boehm. Hit him.
Boehm clapping his hands. He's headed to first. He's driven in a run the hard way. JT will score, and the Phillies have cut the lead in half.
So Andre Palante will have the chore of keeping this to a 2-1 game for the Birds. One out for the Phils with these bases loaded.
Punched out and past the diving Edman into right field. 1 run scores. 2-run score, and the Phillies have come all the way back.
He waited over 1,300 games for that moment. And Gene Segura with a 2-run single to right has put the Phillies on top. Phillies trying not to be done yet. Here's Bryson Stott.
Ground ball and a nice stab by Goldschmidt. He's coming home, and he's safe. Sliding in is Sosa ahead of the tag. And it is 4-2 Phils.
Segura at second. Stott at first, still only one out. Here's Brandon Marsh.
Chop, left side, and past Arenado, and into left field. Here comes Segura. Here's the throw. He's in there. Moving to third is Stott. It's an RBI single from Marsh, and it's 5-2 Phillies.
Still only one out, and Kyle Schwarber is the batter.
High fly ball. That'll get a run in. DeLuzio makes the catch. Tagging and scoring is Stott. It's a sac fly for Schwarber, and it's 6-2 Phillies.
Carlson takes a walk. Nolan Gorman is going to bat for Ben DeLuzio.
Hit sharply and through for a base hit. Arenado rounds third. He will score. It's a pinch hit RBI single for Gorman, and the Cardinals are still alive.
Yadier Molina has 4 career home runs in the postseason and 36 RBIs, playing in his 103rd postseason game.
Swing and a miss, and that'll do it. The Phillies beat the Cardinals 6-3 to take a 1-0 lead in this best-of-3 wild card series. And what a ninth inning.
That was awesome, man. That was awesome, PT.
And a little Cardinals broadcast in there,
Yeah,
too.
so-
I got to tell you, I mean, that was cool to hear all the different perspectives. But as I watched that again on Segura's ball, there's a lot of people out there saying, why was the infield pulled in? Like, there were a lot of Cardinal fans.
It was 2-1, right?
Yeah, I mean, but
They had to pull it in.
They're questioning the manager's decision of
Well, and you know the effort that Edmund made, Carlin, it looked like it was kind of weird. He didn't stretch all the way out.
He's a
It
Gold
almost
Glove, too.
It went under his glove.
Guy's a Gold Glove, and those are the kind of plays like I think A-Rod even said you can't make that
And
mistake.
Arenado doesn't. He's solid in the defense.
You know what I really
He
like?
should have had that ball.
I was so into the game watching it on TV, but now I was really listening to that.
Right.
When we scored, did you hear the fans? I mean, we had more fans there than I think that I saw. Because I mean, it sounded like they did.
Had that ball.
Oh yeah, very very much
And they
so.
scored. And Marsh got a hit. That was an error.
Well, that's
That was-
Arenado, yeah, but they gave generous scoring. I mean, they didn't call it an error, but they gave it generous scoring. I mean, look, Oliver Marmol is the manager,
Right.
and he said that Helsley had issues with his finger. You know, it was the Cardinals bullpen that collapsed. That's the part that I don't think anybody expected was going to happen. That the Cardinals bullpen would
They're in
collapse,
trouble.
not the Phillies.
You know what? I
bullpen
can't
would
wait.
Collapse.
I can't wait till the Phillies eliminate the Cardinals tonight, so I can get over Ruby tomorrow.
Yeah.
Or tonight. I'm gonna light his phone up. I'm gonna be all over the.
And
Chiefs.
when they took Helsley out of the game, Marmol could either have gone to Palante or Jack Flaherty, and he went with Palante, who had the 65% ground ball rate. He got the ground ball, but like you said, it scored by.
I noticed these relievers, Carlin. This guy Hicks and Halsey, they throw the ball over 103 miles, 103 miles an hour.
It's almost gotten to the point where if you're not 99 or above,
Guys are
you-
flamethrowers.
They're saying that Ryan Helsley had numbness in his finger
Fingers.
on his pitching hand,
and it's his middle finger.
and that
too.
yeah, that's why he couldn't locate his fastball.
But their bullpen, the Cardinals bullpen, have some flamethrowers. Not just one guy. They got they got three of them.
Yeah. Well, guys, they won their division. There's
So
a
this
reason
is
why
great,
they won their
Carlin.
division.
This is great. The Eagles are the last undefeated team
Yes.
in the NFL, and the Phillies are going to eliminate the Cardinals tonight.
Yes.
Right?
Boy,
You feel
that
it?
would be awesome.
Would that be
I mean,
awesome,
that
Pete?
would be
Go
awesome.
right into tomorrow's game.
I'm pumped up, man. I can't wait for Phillies baseball tonight on a college football Saturday. I am pumped up for Phillies baseball.
I mean, and how about the fact, like, you think Nola's in a good frame of mind right now as he comes off of that Astros start where he basically
dominated,
Untouchable.
darn near threw a perfect game. I
Right.
mean, he was so
Pete, is he
unhittable in that
past-
game. He said he's made some tweaks to his delivery. Nola says. He says right now, no matter what the pitch is or what the count, I'm throwing that pitch with 100% conviction. He says, I've made my delivery more compact. I've tried to cut down on all the moving parts, and I feel like my command is as good as it's been all year long.
Pete, let me ask you a
That's
question.
Aaron
Let me
Nola.
ask you this question: Are you has Nola got past that September jinx? Like he can't pitch in September.
Yeah, because it's,
I mean, is he
it's
through
October,
that?
baby. Yeah, thank
Carlin,
God.
is he over that? He's
Because
through that.
remember we were talking about it. He wasn't really pitching bad. He just wasn't getting any support.
Run support.
Okay, that's all it was. Now he's
Now
starting
he's
to get
there,
right.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, let's go,
I think he's
man.
going to be great. And Pete, you brought up a great point. There is a huge difference between if he's pitching today and we're down one than being up one. He's a little confidence. He's a little, a little bit relaxed. I don't want to say relaxed. It's postseason, but I'm sure his mind is not going in thinking about every little, like we're down one. I
As
got to win.
recently as 2 years ago, Aaron Nola's walk rate was a career high 9.4%. He walked 80 batters in 34 games started. You want to know what his walk rate was this season?
What?
3.6. I mean, that is a marked difference.
I don't want to get ahead of myself. but we play pretty competitive against the Braves. Are you afraid of the Braves? Are you worried? I mean,
Right now, I'm not afraid of anybody.
More important, forget the Braves.
Yeah, he wants to talk
God
about
for-
the
let's
Mets.
get through. Let's get through
God
some-
forbid if we lost tonight.
We're not going to lose.
Who's
tonight.
our
Don't
third
give-
pitcher tomorrow?
Ranger
Well,
Suarez.
Ranger Suarez, but they also said I did hear there would be a quick hook that
Yeah.
Falter,
So that's what
Bailey
I'm getting at.
Falter
Yeah.
would be
Yeah,
like
Ranger
everybody,
Suarez with
everybody's
Bailey
ready to go.
Falter.
Right,
They'll have the
everybody.
guy,
They'll have everybody ready. You can't move
But they're
on
going
to
to
the
win this
next-
game. That I'm like you, Carl. I think
think
they're going to win. Even the sports book Consigliere
a
said
lot
it.
of runs, and we're going to score a lot of runs tonight.
I'm pumped, Pete.
Thank God for Rob Thompson.
All right, we're going to be down at the pool tomorrow for our Eagles pregame show for the NFL Sunday Splash. You got to get down to the pool. We're giving away 10 pairs of tickets. We've already got a bunch of people calling in. We believe we got a few more left. 609-403-0973. What do they got to do, Pete?
They got to text us in 609-403-0973. First name, last name, town, and score prediction. So
Over
first name,
30
last name,
NFL
town, and
screens
score
there. They got the full buffet tailgate for the pregame and halftime for the 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock games. So come on down. We'll be broadcasting live from 10 a.m. to 12 noon at the pool at Harris. I want to remind people the second hour of the locker room is brought to you by the Great Bay Country Club, where it's not just golf, it's fun. Make Great Bay Country Club your club. Great Bay's award-winning private golf club where you are greeted by name. It's home to 3-hour and 58-minute round. Right now, they're starting to take social memberships are available starting at $25 a month. So go to greatbay.com or give them a call at 609-927-5071. Great Bay Country Club in Somers Point, New Jersey. See why it's always a great day at Great Bay. Friends, let me tell you about Maserati, the main line, located just minutes from downtown Philadelphia. By the way, I saw 4 Maseratis on the road today. They offer a client-focused car buying experience designed to exceed all expectations and invite you to stop and see the area's largest selection of new Maseratis, including the sporty Ghibli midsize sedan or the class-leading Levante, the only SUV worthy of being called a Maserati. Maserati, the main line, also leads the nation in certified pre-owned sales and has the highest quality like new Maseratis available on the market. Your experience does not end at the point of a sale, as Maserati, the main line, offers free pickup and delivery for scheduled service appointments and provides a new Maserati loaner car. So be audacious. Call my good friend Michael Pileggi at RDS Auto Group today at 484-804-4800. That's 484-804-4800, or visit them online anytime at motml.com. All right, when we return, we'll go on the mound with Tommy Greene. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein, Pete Thompson, Mike Carlin on 97.3 ESPN.
This is the radio home for Philadelphia Eagles football. The Eagles continue.
American Sports Festival is coming to the Tropicana in Atlantic City, October 8th and 9th. The Super Bowl of natural bodybuilding is the world's most iconic bodybuilding competition. Competitors from 41 different states will compete for the title of Mr. and Ms. America. This year, more than 1,000 athletes competing in over 20 sports and events. The one and only Mr. America All-American Sports Festival, October 8th and 9th at Tropicana in Atlantic City. Get tickets now at MrAmerica.com.
Now, more of The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
Broadcasted live from the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein, Pete Thompson, Mike Carlin getting you pumped up for Phillies baseball. And who do we talk to now?
Well, we're going to go to Tommy Greene. I do want to remind people to text us in on the text message board, 609-403-0973. By the way, Sandra came back in and said, hey, listen, guys, I never like to make a prediction, but this is important. I'd like to see you at the pool at Harris. Okay, Sandra, we hear you. We appreciate that. Other texts coming in right now on the text message board. Remember, we want your first and last name. So Brian texted in 30 to 24 Eagles. And I was like, well, do you want to be entered for those VI? Oh, yeah, Brian
Absolutely.
from Maryland, he says. So he's
Really?
in. Yeah, I mean, listen, well, maybe he's
awesome.
Maybe he's visiting the area here. You know?
The pool, man, it's the place to be.
And Steve B from Atlantic City, he says Arizona 27, or excuse me, Eagles 27, Arizona 13. So Steve Bondio is listening to the show and wants to be entered for those VIP tickets as well. Yes, each week, Billy, we go on the mound with Tommy Greene.
Oh, before you do that,
yes,
I want to say something. You know what? You know my favorite bird? I have two birds that are like, I have a picture window at my house in Collingswood, or my living room, and right now, so we have a bush out front, and I have two of the prettiest Cardinals right in my right.
That's craziness.
They are. I think it's the male is the one that has the colors. The female is the gray,
the dull one. Yeah,
is the dull one.
Well, because the female has to. The male is like
he's got to track
the prey.
Right.
Yeah, you don't want somebody coming and taking out the mama of your kids.
Prettiest bird. I'm telling you, the beautiful colors, and he gets close to my window. I'm like right there because he can't see me.
Yeah.
But we're going to beat the Cardinals, both of them. Go ahead, Pete.
That's
what
your
do we
story,
do
right?
now?
Well, each week we go on the mound with Tommy Greene, brought to you by Aaron Bada's Golf and Sports Performance Club. So without further ado, Billy and I caught up with Tommy. Tommy's a busy man right now, especially during the playoffs, but we caught up with Tommy to get his thoughts on, and this actually worked out perfect, didn't you think, Billy? I mean,
absolutely,
it really worked out perfect because we were able to not only recap game one, but also preview game two. So, oops, I forgot to turn down the police. Sorry about that. Boy, I was doing so good up until that moment. But Sting was still playing in a subway somewhere. All right, third time's the charm, Billy. You come over here and try and do this. This is our segment with Tommy Greene. Here we go.
And now it's time to go on the mound with Tommy Greene, brought to you by
Aaron Bada's Golf and Sports Performance Club. Call 609-788-4661 or visit gsfitness.com for your free
next
Oh,
week.
yeah. Hey, Billy, before we let him go, Tommy, was that you on top of the bus? Were you throwing out rally towels?
I was there yesterday, pal.
That's what I thought. I thought, where were you? Were you in Conchi? Where were you? Were you in King of Prussia?
Yeah, I was in Concha. I was at Conshohocken. I was at right outside the Great American Pub, and then I was at the Drexel Hill Chicken and Pete's outside of that. So,
I like that, Billy. For $1 million, I bet you can't spell Conshohocken.
I probably can't.
But don't worry, Tommy. We won't ask you either. All right, we love you, buddy, and we want to keep doing this as long as we can, all the way through the World Series, bud.
Oh, that will be good. I would enjoy every minute of it, guys.
All right, Tommy. Great talking to you. Let's go Phillies.
You got it, pal.
All right, there he is, Tommy Greene on the Maserati, the main line. Hotline on the mound with Tommy Greene, brought to you by
Aaron Bada's Golf and Sports Performance Club. Call 609-788-4661 or visit gsfitness.com for your free assessment. I don't know about you, Billy, but let's wrap this thing up, right? Again, you can hear that game on the air right here on 97.3 ESPN. Tonight's game, Game 2 against St. Louis, is an 8:37 start. Now, if necessary, tomorrow, Sunday's game, would be at 8:37 as well, unless there's no other games. And if there's no other games, then it moves back to 7:37. But we don't even want to get to that, right, Bill? We just want to two and barbecue, man. Two and barbecue, right? You know what's crazy, too, by the way, before we totally wrap this up? Do you know that the Phillies have been on that 10-game road trip to close the regular season? Yeah. Let's say they pull this out in St. Louis. Where do you think they go? They just pack right up and go to Atlanta.
Atlanta, right? Yeah.
So good luck seeing your homes. Just keep on winning.
All right. Great job.
All right. That's our On the Mound segment with Tommy Greene.
Second hour of the Locker Room is brought to you by the Great Bay Country Club, where it's not just golf, it's fun. Make Great Bay Country Club your club. For more information, go to greatbay.com or give them a call at 609-927-5071. Great Bay Country Club at Summers Point, New Jersey. See why it's always a great day at Great Bay. Just about everybody on our air has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine, run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunnick. Were you aware of the private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month, they hold private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey that attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and see it's a fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or give him a call at 856-912-4007 for more information. All right, when we return, we'll wrap it up. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN.
Today on Compass Media Network's coverage of NCAA football, it's a rivalry
Dynasty.
Yes, if you bring home $350 a week, you could get up to $25,000 in credits. 25 grand with only one dime down.
Hey, now this is a Halloween party.
Every vehicle, one dime down.
Acres of vehicles in stock now. And you get a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty.
Beat that.
At the all-new Springfield Mitsubishi, Atlantic City.
In Pleasantville.
They service all makes and models. Springfield Mitsubishi AC.com. Oh, this is good dip.
That's not dip.
New 22 Mirage, 16.4 dime down, $249 a month for 72 months at 3% APR plus tax act title to qualified buyers.
The one and only Mr. America All-American Sports Festival is coming to the Tropicana in Atlantic City, October 8th and 9th. The Super Bowl of Natural Bodybuilding is the world's most iconic bodybuilding competition. Competitors from 41 different states will compete.
All right. Tomorrow we're going to be at the pool in Atlantic City. Harris, Atlantic City, come on out and join us. Everybody that sent text messages, we hope to see you there. Who's going to win tonight, Carlin?
7-2 Phils tonight.
7-2 Phillies. What do you say, Thompson?
I'll say 6-4 Phillies.
And I'm going to say 8-1 Phillies.
Wow.
There you go. Let's go, Phils.
Let's go, Phils, baby.
Fight
Tomorrow
Phils.
we'll be at the pool at Harris. Want to thank Tommy Greene. Want to thank the Sportsbook Consigliere. Thanks for making the locker room part of your Saturday, because nothing could be finer than talking sports with the Schweiner.
We'll email all the people that won the VIP tickets.
And we'll
Thank
see
you
you.
for texting in.
We'll see you and Mike Gill over
Come
there.
say hello.
Pool, right?
Attaboy.
I can't wait. Let's go Phillies, and we'll be there for the Eagles pregame show at the pool for the NFL Sunday Splash tomorrow in the locker room with Billy Schwein, Mike Carlin, and Dave Clement.
Cheese Marina.
Flounder season